Okay, so I'm going to show you how to express a fraction as a percent the way the Singapore Math book does it. But I'm also going to show you the tech way to do it, and then we're going to talk about the limitations behind how the book is doing it, or the Singapore curriculum is doing it. So one of the problems that was in the book was 17 over 20. If you have a regular calculator, you can just take 17 divided by 20. 17 over 20 is 17 divided by 20, which is 0.85. Earlier, I told you that you just take the decimal and move it over to the right two places, and it becomes 85%. However, you can say this is multiplied by 100 if you want to actually see that number, and it's 85%. That's the tech way to do it. Now, if I go to Wolfram Alpha, which is even more cool, if you take 17 divided by 20 here, just put it, you'll get every version. 17 over 20 is 0.85, and it's also 85%. So you get everything all at once. In fact, soon you'll be able to have a calculator, and you might go out and get your big TI graphing calculator, or you might get, which takes a little bit of startup time to learn. The interface on the TIs have not changed much since I was a kid myself. So it's a little clunky to use, but once you use it, it's effective. But you could just take one of the really nice scientific calculators, which is about $15 at Staples, and that also will give you these versions. You might have to work a little bit to figure out how to change from one to the other. The best would be is if you could just use Wolfram Alpha, because then this is what is available to us. I use Wolfram Alpha in my research. So, or here's my scientific calculator. This is actually even worse than a scientific calculator. It's one of the little things that you get in goodie bags, little few button calculators, not even a scientific calculator with sines and cosines and everything on it. All right, so let's go over how the book does it. The book has you multiply top and bottom by a factor to yield 100 in the denominator. So I had a mistake here. I had 4 because 20 times 4 is not 100. And I know that I was thinking it was 25 there. But see, even I make mistakes with a PhD in math. And making mistakes is not, you cannot avoid making mistakes. I think that's one of the things that I've heard from students who hate math, that they're expected to be perfect. And that's pretty funny, when I started reading that comment. That's a funny comment, actually, because you see how many mistakes I'm making. So where in the world did they get the idea that I want them to be perfect when I myself have, as they say in the Bible, a splinter, a log in my own eye? And so the reason they feel that way is because math tests require you to be perfect because you get points taken off. I don't take points off if someone made a arithmetic error like that. Because that's not the point. I know that if they were presenting like I am, they catch it. I focus more on, can you hunt down your mistakes? Are you able to hunt that down? Because that's the skill you need. So I found my mistake here when I was looking at my slides, and I found that to make this 100, I actually need to multiply by 5, not 4. So 20 times 5 is 100, but I have to do this to top and bottom. So 17